Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel for another 1/18 scale figure unboxing and review video. Today we are going to look at this exquisite mini silver Robocop from the 2014 movie by Hiya toys. This figure should be released early of this year, but I don't know what happened. It has been delayed for a couple of months and we have it now, thank god. And yeah, I purchased this unit from amiami.com. I will share the link down below in my description so you can check out and see if this figure is still available or not. If you are following the channel, you know that I got the OG Robocop 1 and 2 and I've given them a pretty good high marks, and this one is exceptional. I hope that this has the same quality as the previous figure. So before we do the unboxing process, let's take a look at this box art design first. So guys, this is the box art design. As you can see here, we have two type of covering for this figure, and one is this modern type of box and the other one is inside, which has this kind of cannon style looking for him. And yes, this figure is inside a bubble, so we have to do double unboxing after this. And back to this box, we have this at the top, we have this Robocop title, and at the bottom here we have this warning and Hiya Toys logo. And we don't have anything at the side, it's just a plain box. And as you can see here, at the inside we have this Robocop with a frame over here, and we got this image for this figure. And at the bottom we have this OCP logo with this Robocop title, exquisite mini silver Robocop. Yeah, so at the back we have this still image from the film, warning, and we have this title again, and we have this description. These are the one that responsible for this figure to be released. Yeah, so this is the barcodes and made in China logo. So at the top we have doesn't have any much, we have this only Robocop title, and at the bottom we only have the Robocop title again. So guys, let's unbox this figure now. So as I said before, that this figure needs to be unboxed twice, and after you unbox the box, and we need actually to remove the figure from the bubble that attached to the card. So usually I will cut it from the side, left side of this figure, so it's easier for me to peel this off and remove the figure from the card bubble. And as you can see here, and there is nothing missing or anything, it looks pretty good. And I think let's take it out and see the overall package for the figure. Okay guys, let's see the guns and the machine gun for this figure. And then we have this first one is the gun. Actually there is a two type of gun over here, and the one on the right is much more longer and has some red highlight over there, as you can see that. And this one is just a plain black gun. So the second one is this submachine gun, and as you can see that this on the left here is much more bigger than this machine gun over here on the right. So you can see the details, it has a pretty good details, although in this size they managed to, you know, get all the groove line and all the you know, the tiny little detail over here. Both of these has this same red dot highlight on it. And then we have these interchangeable hands. Both are trigger finger hands, as you can see that. And this one is much more, you know, human-like holding hands. So I don't know, this looks pretty vulnerable. Hopefully it will not break easily. And then we have this connector. It is actually for the base over here, and as you can see that if you have another figure, you can actually pack this in connected to the other sets of base from other figures. So you can actually do this or do this. So it is up to your preferences. So back to this base, I can see that we have some sort of details over here. You can see the finished floor tiles, and this a broken, you know, a surface over here, so that is pretty good. And then we have this pack here, so we can actually pack this figure pretty good, so it won't fall easily, you know. So that is a pretty good connection. Basically it is a pretty steady base over here. So guys, let's take a look at this figure itself. So guys, this is the figure itself. As you can see at the overall view, you can see that this figure has pretty nice detail to it, and they have sculpted and printed out this you know, tiny little detail to the point that I don't know whether this is accurate or not from the movie, so it is very hard for me to point it out. But I think they have done a pretty good job, especially with this kind of scale. Sometimes people might, you know, miss out on a certain detail, but I think they done a pretty good job here. But the paint application is not that forgiving. You can see that there is you know, smudge all over this figure, and it's not the cleanest. You can see that part, and at the back here you can see that area. And yeah, this figure has only two type of color, the silver and the black. And we have smudge on his chest over here, but thankfully that this head sculpt is painted pretty good, although it has some little smudge down here. You can see that around his mouth over here. So yeah, but when you're looking at a distance, it doesn't really, you know, look obvious. So that is pretty good. And I love this scheme for this Robocop. It has some contrast, and it refers back to the OG Robocop. So I will definitely make a comparison with the OG Robocop as well. I think this Robocop has more segmentation of articulation, which I will cover in the articulation segment afterwards. And I think it probably will have some more range and movement. Yeah, looking at it, yes, I think it definitely will have some sort of good articulation. So yeah, so guys, jumping to the articulation, from the top we have this ball joint on the upper neck, so we can actually make him look down that far and look up till that extent, and side to side tilt, and he can actually look left and right, and somehow he can actually looking down as well. And because of it's on a ball joint, so we can actually rotate 360. And at the middle part here we have this torso joint, but it doesn't crunch much. I think it is as very stiff. It doesn't you know, lean back as well, so you can actually rotate the figure with this articulation. So that is pretty bad. And if you want to crunch over, you have to use a little bit of the waist articulation over here, so you can get that kind of bend forward and leaning backward, not that much. So at the shoulder here, at his arm here, we can, because of the ball joint at his hand, at his shoulder over here, we can rotate 360 and bring up the hands to this extent. It's not that much. We don't have bicep swivel, but we do have a swivel at his elbow over here, and that one is I think a die cast. And then we can actually have this double jointed elbow, so, and we have this rotation on his wrist, but there is no hinge or anything. It's just a normal dumbbell joint over there. so we could not have any hinge or anything like that, so just a rotation. So at his leg over here, we can actually put his leg up to that extent. See, that is pretty good one. And then we can make his leg spread out like this. And then he got this some sort of a swivel at his thigh. So it has this double jointed knee, and we have this hinge on his foot over here, pretty good one. We have some ankle rocker, that is pretty good. And yeah, that's about the articulation. Okay guys, so let's take a look at its scale comparison to my Hiya toys and other 1/18 scale figure collection. Okay, the first one is this Robocop 1 and Robocop 2 Battle Damage Edition. And as you can see here that this comparison looks pretty odd and weird, and the proportion for both of these style is kind of different. You can see that the OG Robocop head is much more larger than the 2014 Robocop, and I don't know if this scale was right. It seems a little bit off to me, and probably because I don't know, it looks like it was designed by some other company. Next up is this Luke Skywalker and the Mandarin from the Star Wars TVC line, and as you can see, this Robocop blends well and in scale with this figure, and I think it is better, much more better than the Robocop 1 and Robocop 2 just now. I think he scales pretty well with this toy line. This is the Star Wars Vintage Collection Darth Vader and Stormtrooper, and as you can see here, this Robocop again looks pretty amazing with this toy line, and I think Hiya Toys has done a mistake on their previous design, and they went back to redesign and rescale this Robocop, and eventually they got it right, and I think this is the scale that they should proceed for their future figure. For the last comparison, this is him with this Jada Toy 6-inch Robocop figure, and I think Hiya Toys has done a pretty good job with their 1/18 scale, and if they wanted to do a 6-inch figure, I think they will definitely excel on it. But as for now, just let's appreciate this masterpiece and just enjoy the figure, So guys, I think at the end of the day, this is a pretty solid figure from Hiya Toys. Once again, they've managed to pull this off. They have included many of accessories for him. Articulation wise, it is very good, better than the previous one. We got more range of movement for him, like this, as I show you here. And then I think the scaling, they have went back and rescaled this figure line to be much more adequate and acceptable, compatible with other toy line as well. Before I go, I just leave you with this clip, and just enjoy the rest of the video. And yeah, if you like this video, please click the like button, and if you want to support me, please subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell button so you will be notified once my video comes live. And thanks again for watching. Till we meet again, sayonara.